Is pain the price of progress? So I'm going to propose some things to you. I want to also hear from you. You can leave me a message in the comments below this vid and let me know what you think. So is pain the price of progress? I don't believe that we must suffer in order to be happy in our lives. I don't believe that everything that we want to achieve requires forms of suffering or grit and hard work. But here is just the cold hard truth. Sometimes to make progress, it does involve some level of pain, right? So it's not 100% rule that it's all the time, but we want to get real about what it means to be human and to make tough choices and to do tough things in our lives. So when we use the word pain, I just want you to know that means general discomfort, right? So pain, for example, can be letting go of something. You've got to let go of something over here so that you can do something different over here. Or it might be a case of pain as in making difficult choices. Well, I want everything, but to really get the thing I want to get, I'm going to have to give up this thing over here. I'm going to have to forego my choice A in order to have time, energy, and resources to focus on my choice B, right? Opportunity cost. Or it might be just pain in the sense of doing things that are uncomfortable. Like you want certain outcomes in your life, in your career, in your finances, in your health, in your lifestyle, whatever it is. And in order to get those outcomes, you've got to do things that you don't really love to do. And so you love the outcome, but you don't love the path that takes you there. So it's a little bit uncomfortable to have to do it. Or if, for example, you want to follow, a goal or a dream, some passion you've got, and you're actually really, really excited about it, but it's also actually scary because, to be honest, like following a calling from within and listening to your soul and spiritually waking up and doing things that are meaningful in the world is not always comfortable. It's not always convenient. It can sometimes rattle you and it can sometimes shake up your life, and that's uncomfortable. These are examples of when pain is the price of progress, right? Now, I'm talking about this topic today because we were on our property the other day with my husband and I. We have been traveling the world for many years, but we're doing a property project in New Zealand at the moment. And there was a whole line of very old dead trees, right, on the boundary line. And they provided great privacy from the neighbours and great wind protection, but they were dead. So they weren't serving any purpose and they were very unsightly. Now, I didn't really want to cut them down because, well, I didn't want to cut them down because we were going to have no privacy. And for some reason, I was hopeful they might come back to life, but it wasn't going to happen. And my husband just said to me, come on, B, pain is sometimes the price of progress. He's like, you've got to take a step back. You've got to be okay with doing the work to get them out and taking time to let something beautiful and new grow in its place in order to get the progress that we want. So, really silly little example, but you can use that same example and those steps in thinking about, I don't really want to do this, but I really need to do it and I really want to get that outcome. Sometimes pain is the price of progress. Now again, pain in these situations, I want you to think about it, can come in different forms. It can come in emotional uneasiness, so you have to face fear, or you have to address an issue that you've been avoiding, or it could come in the form of just like, for example, making tough choices that you've been avoiding, and you know to make progress in your life, you're going to have to make these tough choices, and it's not going to be pain for a long period of time, but it's going to be uncomfortable while you go through that decision-making process and adjust to the changes that you're making. It might also be actual hard work. It might be blood, sweat, and tears to really get in there and do the effort and do the hours that are required to get some kind of outcome. So it can come in all different forms. So if you ever come up against a situation in your life where you want to make progress, you want to do something beneficial for your life, but you start to hesitate and you notice yourself holding back because of some of these types of things we've been talking about, just remind yourself, sometimes pain is the price of progress. Sometimes. And it can be, remember, it's not just pain, it can be discomfort, uneasiness, uncertainty, fear. Use whatever language you need to use in that moment. Here is why people stay stuck in their life. It's because they avoid the pain. They're like, I really want that, but I'm not willing to go through the inconvenience, the discomfort, the uncertainty, the emotion I have to deal with, the difficult choice, the fact I'll have to communicate this to other people, the fact I'll have to put in some hours and some effort. And so you can stay stuck or you can have progress, but you have to choose. You can't have both. Here is the interesting thing, and I talk about this in one of my programs in Master Your Mind actually, is that between the two options, you stay stuck because you're avoiding the pain of making progress, right? The pain that comes with having to step out and do the things you want to do and make that progress. And you think that by staying stuck and doing nothing, you don't have any pain, but you do have pain. You have the pain of missing out on everything that's available to you. You have the pain of foregoing all your possibilities and all the amazing results that are waiting for you. You have the pain of sitting with whatever it is you're not addressing, right? Whatever's not working in your life that you're avoiding. And so we have this weird thing we do. We stay stuck to avoid the pain of progress, but actually what we're doing is we're just choosing familiar pain. We're choosing familiar discomfort instead of choosing unfamiliar, uncertain discomfort to make progress. And I always say to people, if you're going to have discomfort, inconvenience or pain or something that doesn't quite feel right for you, wouldn't you rather it at least come with progress instead of just for certain leaving you stuck in your life? Right? It just makes sense. So you've got to choose. You can stay stuck or you can have progress, which leads to the next point, is that you've got to accept that human life involves discomfort. Right? There's nothing wrong if you feel uncomfortable, if you feel uneasy, if you feel uncertainty, if you feel fear. If you feel any of those things when you're going about creating progress or about to make a decision about doing something progressive, and you feel those things, don't run away from it. Too many people run away from it like we're conditioned or everything should just be happy, I should just placate myself. No, your human nature is evolution, it's expansive, it's creative, it's progressive, and that will be uncomfortable sometimes, and there is nothing wrong with feeling uncomfortable. You don't need to hide from it, you don't need to avoid it, you don't need to medicate it, to numb it. You need to feel all your feelings and become more consciously aware of how to process your feelings, and when you do that, you will liberate yourself. Your entire life is waiting for you to step into all the areas of progress, be it body, relationship, career, money, lifestyle, goals, dreams, whatever it is. But you have to be willing to accept these weird little levels of discomfort we go through when we choose to step out on that path. So whatever it might be for you, I want you to remember this. Sometimes pain is the price of progress, and I accept that that's part of being human, and I'm up for all of it. I'm up for the greatest possibilities in my life. So I hope this has been helpful for you. I'd love to know if it stirred anything within you, or if you've got any questions or you need help with anything in this area, you can leave me a comment below this vid and I'll reply back. If this has been useful and if it stirred the pot a little bit for you, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're here on social media. And I look forward to seeing you again really soon for more daily inspiration with Bea.